Yeah, so it's a very exciting time for me. I'm bringing in artists into the studio here so I can record them and make sound packs out of that. I always wanted to do it because I love sampling, but I wanted to create my own samples as well. What I'm doing is that every month now I bring in a musician. Obviously, I pay them for the work. They sit here in the studio for an hour and they just improvise. So I brought in a guitarist, a jazz guitarist. Even though I'm not looking for loops, he was playing over a beat, and he did record some loops with the guitar. He was just improvising and trying stuff out. He ended up creating some loops, and those loops are available as well. But what I'm really after is just small bits. The same type of workflow that I always do, which is just grabbing sounds and cutting everything to small bits and then rearranging everything to create new loops. So that's what I'm after, really. Yeah, so he just jammed away. Thank you, Leonardo. He's a very talented guitarist. Probably I'll have him again in the future. Next month I'll have another musician as well. So yeah, I want to get more and more into creating sound packs just because I find the whole sound design very appealing to me. So yeah, now I have the entire hour. First thing I did was to go and chop loops, right? So stuff like this, he played actual loops. The quality of the audio is super good. I just connected that to my interface. Everything is super clear. If you're sampling this, bad boy, come on, man. I'm paying for this. Yeah, stuff like that. So I have plenty of loops where those ones come from. Done. Now the second bit's harder because I have to go through the whole entire session again and cut everything into small little sections. And I did that. It took me about the whole day to cut everything because there ended up having around almost close to 1,000 chops, small chops from licks, small licks, just small chords to longer chords, everything. But that's really what I want because now I can start actually, what I can do is just rearrange with all the rest and create new loops from that. So that's really what I'm after. Adding effects as well, turning this more into a lo-fi vibe, adding more other instruments with that as well. So creating some chords, some piano chords, whatever sounds really I can get. Just put everything together and get some really beautiful melodies that we can then chop again and create some beats with. That's it. So I have my chords. Got some chords, then I have some, I call this Leo chops because they're just small sections that he played. Like that. Like that. And then we have some guitar licks as well. So plenty of stuff in there. I mean, as I said, close to 1,900 and something. I threw everything inside the pack and threw that on Patreon. What I'm gonna do from now is to just start creating loops from this. I'll spend the entire day doing it, and hopefully I'll get some really cool loops out of it. As I said, I'm gonna mix everything with other sounds and get these 4-bar loops mainly. I have already a beat inside. This is something that I'm working on at the moment. one of the things that I really love about sampling is not that you're just sampling the guitar from the artist, or the flutes or the horns, whatever instrument it is. Is that sometimes when you're sampling, you're not just sampling the instrument, but you're actually sampling the mixing and the mastering, and the microphone that was used, the room where it was recorded, the compressor that was used, the mixer that was used. All these things are what make a sample sound good. That's why when you go from records to records, some samples, even though they are the same instruments, some sound better than the others, because how they were recorded and how they were mixed and mastered. That's really what pushes me more and more to sampling, is because there's a certain magic within cutting up other people's work that you just don't get when you plug in a guitar player, like a very talented one that was here. It's still different. Okay, so I have a drum loop going, and I chose some chops from the folders. First thing, go here to program edit, put this into monophonic mode, and find some combinations. So in case you're doing this yourself, my recommendation would be just to make it as easier as possible for yourself. If you find a combination like this where it works, just keep it. Don't try to change too much stuff on it. Make it simple. This will end up being just another loop for people to chop as well. So try not to complicate stuff too much. Now, if you want to pitch everything, you can just go straight into the master and pitch everything down. Alright, so I messed a bit with the beat. I added some extra samples to it. A horn. So I intend in the future, probably next month, I'll have a trumpet player come in, do the same thing, record like an hour of just improvising, and then I'll chop everything up and make a sound pack with that. Cut everything into sections. If you're doing this yourself with your friends or stuff like that, just cut everything into sections and then rearrange everything to create different loops. If you pitch stuff up or down, the samples just get different, and the melody will get different as well. That's it. I'll be in Prague from the 25th of this month to the 5th of the next month. So if you want to get the work I do, this is available on Patreon. So all these chops will go to Patreon. The loops went to Patreon already. All the cuts, all the small cuts went to Patreon already. All right, guys, so thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.